Alright, well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. So we're going to work on the engine today. Well, actually, I'm going to videotape it for you because I actually already put it together yesterday, but we was fixing to have a family function or some friends over, and I was running around here multitasking, and I got it all back together yesterday. But I was like, well, that ain't fair to y'all following along, so I took it all back apart. Didn't take long. So let's get started. And sorry about the lighting. I still haven't been to Harbor Freight to get another light, but that's on the agenda this week. All right, so we're getting back started on the LB. And we got all the gaskets and stuff in. I already got the magneto rebuilt, done that yesterday too. I'm not taking that back loose. I'm sorry. You just have to refer back to the other video that I'm going to link about right here, or it'll be in the description. So there's the head. Like I said, I've already put water in it, and it holds water. Almost the freeze plug in the bottom will have to be replaced. This here has some felt. I'm not going to take those back loose because I already got to find another. That little nail ain't going to hold up. That's not that. It'll hold for now, hopefully. I need to find something a little heavier duty than that nail, but I think that will work. That valve don't look like it's seated quite all the way, but we're going to try it and see. On the last video, I got the valves freed up, as y'all know, and all that. So I had to wait on parts. Parts have come in, so we're just going to put it back together. Here we go. So there's the new gasket for the head. Separates the water jacket and all that. There's a certain way it goes on there. Goes in there like that. The hole goes on the bottom where the throttle linkage hooks to the butterfly. And we'll start with the bottom ones. Make sure your little piece where your throttle linkage hooks to the butterfly, it's just a little piece of square metal. And this is your oilers. Now, according to the manual, there is some oil or some felt that goes in the inside of the caps in here. I did not put those in there. I don't know if my other one's got it, so you know, we'll let it alone for now. You got to take the caps loose. And these little oilers here go right down in the spring. Kind of just sits on the spring. You can't do much with it because of the way the bolts run through there. And I got the new felt oiler, wool felt on the inside of the valves. I should have been so busy this past week working and all. I just ain't had. I got the parts in like Wednesday. I just didn't have time to do any of that extra stuff I wanted to do. So now we're going to snug them down. Dad gets to watch and listen on this, and he gets to watch it again on tonight or tomorrow when I get it uploaded. Alright, so all that's together. So also got in the rocker arm, because the other one was broke, and I already got the thing threaded in, but it was drilled a little gallywampus, if you will, like that, and straight in. That one's at a crook, and I tried to take it out and do it again. I didn't realize it's already got it in there, and it may thread back through, or it may be that's just how it's going to have to be. These are your adjustments, and then that's your spring. Now, I did not get this part on video when I took it out, and this is the main reason I'm recording this again, or recording it, so y'all can see. You know, like I said, I didn't took this thing or put it back together yesterday. But this is the main reason I wanted to do this, so y'all can see how this goes. Get you a pair of vice grips, clamp it on right here. The valves will ride together basically to match the valves here. Get you something real good and clamp on that so you can finagle with this spring here, because the spring's got to go up in this corner here, and then you got a depressor on this side, so you got to force that in, get it started through that shroud there, and then you just kind of have to keep messing with it. And this one here does have a depressor, I think. It's about a two-person job. Make sure your motor's good and anchored. And you gotta get this part here started. It's not a real high tension spring. I mean, it's not that high tension, it's just awkward. Alright, there's that. Alright, there we go. There you go. You just need a pair of vice grips, something you can grab a hold of, and that slides back down there. And your valve should line up there and there with the rockers, and that's in there, and it's all in there. Alright. Now pay attention to your rockers, your rocker arms here. One is a little shorter than the other. There's a reason for that. That's for the exhaust. You want, on this one anyway, like I said, this one's valve looks a little bit odd. It don't seat all the way. Somebody may have put a new valve in it out of something else. So I have to use the shorter rod. I figured that out yesterday. Now, in the back here, I'll see if I can show you. There's not much room. Back there, that's where your push rods are. Your push rod things. And you gotta make sure you get the push rods in that, so that they fit into. I'm going to go ahead and do the exhaust one here. So they fit into the valve thingamajig. Yeah, the valves there. And these are free. I freed them up yesterday. Alright, so that's connected right there. Bring you back out here. And this is your intake. So we're going to depress that valve and get it pushed in there somehow. Just like that. Well. And then you have to adjust your valves. Now this is something I still got to do. It's according to the manual, which is somewhere over there, and we'll go over this whenever we do this. Need a feeler gauge, a 1/6 to an 1/8 1,000th for the exhaust, and an 1/8 to a 1/10 for the intake, or something like that, vice versa, something like that. But you can rotate them, make sure they work. So that's your exhaust, intake, exhaust, intake, and that, you know, they ain't coming quite up where they need to be, and that's where the feeler gauge comes into play. That's right for the exhaust. So, all right, this went together a lot smoother because I've already done this, for one, and two, you know, I already done the other one. We'll adjust these at a later time, just getting it back together. Also got the felt that goes in here for the oilers. This oiler has been sealed off, so you just manually do it, no problem. Here's the bottom of the carburetor. This gasket also come with it. Let's see, you got water that's coming from the freeze plug up here, so that's not from the main head, in case you're seeing that dripping. That is coming from up here off the freeze plug there. Alright. Another thing I've got to do, that's where the, you know, your whatever that thing's called, I can't remember. And then this here, that goes up there, but I gotta, I don't know if you can see that, the threads are all but gone in this thing. So I need to take this to work with me tomorrow so I can go to the plumbing store and see if I can find something that'll fit in there pretty close, and then we'll have to JB weld it or epoxy it, because they don't make this piece no more. You have to buy aftermarket or eBay, and they've been a lot. I've seen some that's been repaired, so it does work through repairing it. I'm not going to put this part on yet. I did have it on yesterday just to see it, but I got to take it to work with me tomorrow. So, but then, you know, this fits onto this, and then that bolts there, and then basically just adjusting the valves. And the magneto is set in place, but it's just there. It's not been, I ain't got it timed yet. And then I did put some water in it. The freeze plug is bulged and leaking, so I drained it out yesterday evening, so it wouldn't be a big puddle of water in here. So basically just order the freeze plug. I'll make sure before I order anything else. There is one other issue I'll show you in just a minute that I've got to work on before we do. I mean, this part's okay, and the rest of it we can still do that, try to get it fired. The other part consists of the throttle and the mechanism.